guys, it's Tiff. What the heck am I doing? My desk is all a mess, that is usual. I believe this was gifted to me in Happy Meal by Miss Rainey. I cannot remember, so if I got it wrong, well, I apologize. But this is a fun little book that I've had, and I just wanted to use it as like a scrap kind of glue book as a base. It may end up turning into like an art journal is what I'm thinking. But I have all these scraps of random things all over my desk. And I just wanted to glue them. I just wanted to get them into a book. So that is what I'm doing here. And I'm going to be using the Oohoo glue stick. And I'm not really going to walk you through the process because literally I'm just gluing some stuff down. Like, there is no rhyme, there is no reason. So, thank you for joining me today. I am leaving, going on a cruise, but I wanted to get this video up for you guys before I left. So, hopefully it uploaded and scheduled and did all the things. A little getaway and kind of a detox from social media and just enjoying my husband and our time together. I have been doing a lot of traveling and staying gone for work and stuff, so it was a much needed removal of the cell phone and enjoying our time together. So I hope y'all have an amazing week. I will be sharing my trip when I get back, so make sure you follow me on Instagram. That random beeping in the background is my dishwasher because, I mean, when you're getting ready to go on a trip, you got to get your house in order so you don't come back to a bunch of mess. Well, except for the studio. Not going to lie to you, it is not going to be cleaned up. I need to. It's just priorities. I have other things I have to do, like we have to take the dogs to my mom's to keep them, you know, it's just life things. So I'm just randomly gluing all of these little giblets of paper and all of the things and material. And whether it stays with the Oohoo glue stick or not, like that material is yet to be seen. I guess it will just be an exploration of to what sticks and what doesn't. I do want to say I did not remove any of the pages out of this book before I glued them down. Will I keep all of the pages in this book? Maybe or maybe not. Okay, so the dishwasher beeping was totally annoying, so I am going to just let it hum in the background here. And this painty little giblet of paper was from the Orly Avenary class that I took at Gene Oliver Studio. Talked about it. Y'all have heard me talk about it. It was a blast. Kristen Altered State Studio on Instagram, she gave me this little piece of paper and it was in my little bag, so I wanted to use it in this little glue book. I think this will really be a cool like art journal, and it has all of like the foundation layers, and I typically don't work this way, but you know, you never know unless you try, so that's what I'm doing, is kind of exploring this today. This is a Tiff style glue book with all of my scraps and giblets that are on the table. I almost did not video this and post it because I thought it is so flippin' basic. Who would want to watch it? But you know what? I don't have time to do anything else for you guys before I go on my trip. So this is what we get today. So what are we going to talk about? I don't know. Maybe I should put on some music so y'all don't have to hear me just yippity yap. But then y'all say when I do that, you're like, Tiffany, we miss you talking. So I guess I'll just talk and entertain myself. Or talk and hopefully entertain y'all. So let's talk about cruising. So I have been on, I think this is number... oh gosh, I don't know. It's 13 or 15 cruises that I've done. I always cruise Carnival, and I typically, I've gone out of ports all in the south. So I've gone out of Mobile, which is only an hour away, so it's pretty easy. I've gone out of Miami, which is way far down there. I've gone out of Fort Lauderdale. I've gone out of Port Canaveral. All of those are in Florida. I've gone out of New Orleans. I think those are all the ports. We enjoy cruising for multiple reasons. In May, we went on an art cruise. It was just a few of us. I invited anybody who wanted to go. It only ended up being 4 of us, and that included me and my mom. So only 2 other people went, but we had an amazing time. It was lots of fun. We took all of our art supplies, and we just really enjoy spending time with each other. We went snorkeling in Belize. We went to the Cayman Islands. Oh my gosh, we just had such an amazing time, and great memories were made. One of the reasons that I like to do cruises is because it's all inclusive. You don't have to think about where you're going to eat, with the exception of in the restaurants on the ship. Everything is included for one price, with the exception of like alcohol and sodas. So you know kind of what your price is going to be. That also includes like tips and stuff for the staff. The people on all of the cruises that we've been on, like as far as like the servers, and they have taken just amazing care of us. Always just working so hard. Those people work so hard. They're freaking awesome. And we support Carnival because we started with Carnival. It is the fun ship. There's always something to do. And we're platinum now. So platinum has its perks. It means they get to do our laundry for us, so we don't have to worry about that when we get home. I get some little freebies and chocolate covered strawberries brought to the room. Huh. I also like to dress up and do the elegant night. So if you've never cruised before, you should do it. It's fun. It took me several years. So the backstory is, I went on a cruise one time and I got sick, so freaking sick. And why is the dishwasher so freaking loud right now? It knows that I'm doing a video. So did the one cruise, and I get terrible seasickness. Okay, like just hella sick. Okay, and I was like praying, Lord, please get me to the land, and I will never do this again. Okay, and then me and the Lord had a talk. Okay, and I would see the ports on my way back and forth to work, because I used to have to commute like an hour and something every day on one way. And I would see the port, the Carnival port was right there in Mobile, and I would see it passing by. And I would be like, man, I just feel like I need to try one more time. And so I was like, Lord, please forgive me. I'm about to go back on my word. And I talked to Josh, that's my husband, in case y'all didn't know. And I was like, babe, please. And he's like, Tiffany, I don't know about this. I'm just not so sure. So it took me like forever. And then finally, on my birthday one year, he said, what do you want for your birthday? And I usually say like nothing. And right here, y'all, I stabbed myself with that rusty staple, and I probably need a tetanus shot. But, whew, yeah. Anyway, I digress. So he was like, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, I want to go on a cruise. And he said, okay. And I said, oh my gosh. He said, okay. What? Let me get this thing booked quick. So I got on there that day. I booked the cruise really quick so he couldn't back out of it. Tactics, you know. And so then, lo and behold, he loved it. He was like, babe, this is so much fun. There's so many different things to do. And, you know, we just had an amazing time. So when we got back, I booked another one. And then I typically take my mom on a cruise. So I try to do like 2 cruises a year if we possibly can. And they're super affordable. So if I haven't talked you into cruising, well, that was awkward 10 minutes that we just spent chatting it up. So that's what we're going to do. We've been out of the ports that we're going to before. We don't really care because, number one, it allows me to escape from the internet, because I love my people, hashtag you folks watching, and I love helping and encouraging and answering questions when people, I don't think people realize how many messages I get a day. Like, I get a lot of messages on Instagram, and I like to, I mean, I love y'all. Y'all my family. Hashtag fam. And so I want to be able to answer all those things. And even though I try to be mindful and like, okay, this is family time, not internet time. If somebody messages me, it is all I can do not to look at the message at that time. So by detoxing from that, I get to kind of re-inspire, re-infill my well, because there's so many amazing, beautiful colors that are out there in Mexico, which is where we're going this time. We've done snorkeling trips out there. It's just really, 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 really beautiful. The colors inspire me, the textures, just the people, the culture, everything is freaking amazing. So I will come back. Now, what I will say is I always take art supplies. I keep it very minimal art supplies. And this time, I'm actually going to be working on some slow stitching, because hence the word slow. Since I do work a full-time job, and here recently that's been requiring me to travel a lot, I don't really have time to do the slow stitching, but I love incorporating it. So I thought, with this opportunity that I have to spend the next 6 days at sea, I will have plenty of time to slow stitch my little heart out. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm taking needle, thread, some different substrates, and I am going to just be like a little stitching mad woman, and I'm just going to stitch up all the things. So y'all can see that when I get back. I'm working on some new handmade journals. If you saw them on Instagram, I think they're really going to be cool once I put like the finishing touches on it. So I'm going to work on doing some hand stitching and working on some binding and stuff like that while I'm going on my trip. And so, yeah, I'm still just gluing crap down in this little book. Don't you think it's just a perfect little size little book? And then I think the next series I'm going to do is actually going to, I'm probably going to do the cover of this, because once I finish this video, I actually started on the cover, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to take and do some slow stitching on it for the cruise, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do like a part 2 of this little journal, and I'm going to show you how I put the cover on. It's really weird for me to work on like journal covers, because that's usually not like my thing for my personal journals that I work in. I kind of let the paint and stuff that it just naturally gets drug through on my desk kind of become the cover of my journal. So I don't know, but something hit me and gave me a little spark of inspiration, and so I'm going to use that. So now I've rambled on and for 13 minutes. So hopefully you've had a super good dose of this Southern gal, and I hope that you enjoy watching this glue book. Make sure that you tag me on Instagram. I love to see what you guys make, if this has inspired you to get all of your little giblets of paper and just glue them down into something. It doesn't really have to make a lot of sense. It doesn't have to be something that you're like, oh, I'm going to work on that later. No, you can just have a glue book and just glue little giblets of paper in there, and then you never know, it might come out pretty cool. So thank you so much for joining me today. I don't have 2 more minutes of talking in me, so just watch in silence. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment, and until next time, honey, toodaloo.